According to my watch, it's the time of year where Sami Zayn takes the spot of a mid-carder who needs a spot at WrestleMania. 2 years ago, he took Chad Gable's spot and then beat Gunther for the Intercontinental title. And this year, well, he took Carmelo Hayes' spot and beat him for the U.S. title. All right, this is your one take, one shot Smackdown review where I do it immediately following Smackdown so you get my raw, visceral reaction. And there's no cuts, so if a bunch of bees come in here and sting me, better hope I'm not allergic. All right, I guess a couple questionable decisions today. Jelly Roll beat a professional wrestler clean, and then Sami Zayn took the belt off of Carmelo Hayes. Now, there were shenanigans involved. Trick Williams did come out and cost Carmelo the title by he punched him. He punched him in the face, which was the same thing that happened earlier in the night when Lash punched Alexa Bliss. So they did the same exact finish twice, but this one cost Carmelo the title, and Sami won. And that means Sami and Trick are actually gonna go to WrestleMania and face each other for this title. If you want to win this title, all you gotta do is comment below. No, for real. Let's pause the video. I am gonna give away this title on my shoulder. All you gotta do is subscribe and comment. Like I said, you can win. Oh, it hurts. It's pointy. I always forget. For some reason, I always forget. But for real, you can win it. Just subscribe and comment. All right. So, how do we feel about this? Now, if this was leading towards a triple threat, I'd be a little more forgiving. But they've already done the match card. We've already seen that it's Sami versus Trick. Now, they could always change it. They could add Carmelo Hayes next week, and then it would lessen my dislike of this title switch. But honestly, I really think I would have just gone with Trick and Sami. No title. They didn't need a title. Trick Williams didn't need to have a title match at WrestleMania. I mean, it's great. It's cool. I'm very happy that Trick is about to become the U.S. champion. Fingers crossed. But at the same time, I think they could have not had the title and still had a cool little promo, a cool little battle, cool little feud. I mean, everything that I've seen between these two so far, Sami and Trick, like, it was interesting without a title. Carmelo Hayes could kind of use the title to get on the card. Like, so I just didn't see it. I didn't see a reason why Trick or why Carmelo Hayes had to lose this. Sami and Trick were doing fine without the U.S. title involved. So, like, what do you think? What do you think? Am I overreacting here, or am I just because Carmelo's my guy? Because I was really liking the Sami Zayn. I was liking the direction of Sami Zayn. Crash out Sami, just in his own head. But now he's back to, see, look, I'm the champion. This is WrestleMania main eventer Sami Zayn, and I don't really like WrestleMania main eventer Sami Zayn. I like Sami Zayn, who's like conniving and everything. Now, he did take advantage of Carmelo Hayes because, again, Trick Williams punched him. So, I mean, the story makes sense. I'm not going to say it doesn't make sense, but again, I just don't think we had to take the belt off Trick Williams. And I also don't think we had to let Kit Wilson lose clean. Now, he was cursed by Danhausen before the match, but, I don't understand why a professional wrestler in Jelly Roll, who has had one match before, why we had to let Jelly Roll beat him clean. I'm not saying don't beat Kit Wilson. All I'm saying is that we could have done, this one needed shenanigans for Kit to lose. We should have legit had mid-match Danhausen come out with his shirt cannon and just start shooting off shirts, because he actually has a shirt cannon. They usually do it during the commercial break on Raw. Just have him do that. That distracts Kit Wilson, and Jelly Roll pins him. I gotta say, though, I will give props to Jelly Roll. This was actually a decent match, one-on-one. He didn't have a tag partner to hide his weaknesses, so, like, I give props for Jelly Roll, major props for Kit Wilson for carrying the match, but, like, overall, the match was good. I just don't like that a celebrity beat a professional wrestler without shenanigans. Like I said, the shirt cannon could have solved everything, and then Kit could have been still mad at Danhausen and Jelly Roll. And is this? I was thinking that this was going to lead to a Danhausen Jelly Roll matchup against Kit and The Miz, but I'm not so sure anymore because Jelly Roll took an RKO today. He took an RKO, and so I'm wondering if this was it for Jelly Roll. And if this was it, then I'm scratching my head a little. I think we should have protected Kit Wilson just a little bit. Now, some people are going to be like, oh, Kit's fine. This was the biggest match of his career, all that stuff. And I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying we could have protected him just a little bit. Just a little bit. And, yeah, so let's just go over SmackDown in general. I wasn't, like, enthralled with this show. Like, we're at minute 42. At 8:42, we've had Randy Orton came out, and he got hit with a microphone. He got hit with a microphone from Zack Ryder, and we had one tag team match. That took 42 minutes. I'm like, okay, fine. This is SmackDown now. I don't understand why we have people like Apollo Crews just sitting in catering, but we can have a 30-minute tag team match that has no real consequences. It's like, just cut that match in half and write a story for Apollo Crews. And that goes for everybody. Just give everybody a storyline. So we start off, Randy comes out, and Randy mentions that he has voices in his head about 83 times. I think every promo involving Randy up until WrestleMania 42 Night 1 is going to be, I have voices in my head. Now I listen to the voices in my head, and the voices in my head say that I need to be the old Randy who would listen to my voices in my head. I get it, Randy. You have voices in your head. So he says that. Matt Cardona comes out and instantly just hits him with the microphone, and then Randy rolls out of the ring. They awkwardly stare at each other as officials say, "Don't, Zach, don't." And that was pretty much it. We then go to a tag team match. It's the Bellas versus Charlotte and Alexa. And they start up, but then Lash and Nia come out. I feel that we should have had Lash and Nia cut an actual promo while the match itself was happening and not before the match. I think that would have made it a little bit interesting, distracting, but interesting in a good way. They sit down, they get involved. Like I said, Lash will punch Alexa, which will then allow the Bellas to pin her. Then there's a beatdown, and Lyra and Bayley, they come out and attack Lash and Nia. It was a little awkward seeing Lyra just completely own Nia Jax. I don't think they should have done that. But eventually, this will probably be your 4 matches, your 4 teams at WrestleMania. And yeah, it was just a beatdown. And then when it was all said and done, Charlotte pushed down Nikki or Bella, or Nikki or Brie. Pushed her down and said, that's pretty much for taking advantage of Alexa Bliss. And so yeah, okay, I guess. Randy gets upset and says that the voices, if you don't give me a match with Zack Ryder, then the voices are going to tell me to do things and I can't be held accountable. And then Nick's like, well, okay, I guess I got to give you a match, even though Matt Cardona has a cast on him, which is kind of cool. I wish somebody would have said this on commentary. Randy fought Zack with a cast, but his dad, Bob Orton, used to fight with a cast. So it's like we could have said something about that, but no one said anything. Jelly Roll He was throughout the entire show. At one point, R-Truth is trying to rebuild the Judgment Day clubhouse, which is hilarious, with Damian Priest. And then Rhea comes. They're like, yes, we got this. We're going to do it. Then Jelly Roll pops in to tell Rhea that, you got to beat up Jade Cargill. And bonus points, no one said the B word today. The feud has moved on from just being the B word. And Jelly Roll hypes her up. And Jelly Roll hypes up Zack Ryder later too, and like he was just Jelly Roll was the thread throughout the show, and so R-Truth mistakes Jelly Roll as Dominic Mysterio. He's just classic R-Truth, and they leave. Rhea goes to the ring. And she says, I can't believe you BFAB and Meacham stooped down to Jade's level. And I'm thinking to myself, why wouldn't they stoop down to their level? Jade and Meacham are the lowest on the card, and now they're in a main event program. Like, that's a good career decision. And so Jade comes out after Rhea calls him out, and we have BFAB and Meacham. They start talking about how Rhea, gets all the credit, all this stuff. And Rhea's like, oh, that's rich. How about we have a match? BFAB, let's go. Or I think Jade actually said BFAB, let's go. The match lasted all of a minute before they just went and did a beatdown. Now, I think we should have added to this because when it was all said and done, they did the exact same thing they did last week. The numbers game took advantage. We did a Jade's move, and that was it. And then she talked some smack. I like this pairing, though. I think Meacham really stood out as a heel to me. I really liked Meacham here, and I really hope that she keeps this energy. I know they're going to be the job squad for Jade for a while, but I hope when Meacham is allowed to spread her wings and go off, that this is the character, because I saw a lot of potential. She has a really mean face when she's trying to have it, so like I want to see more of this from Meacham, because I didn't have any kind of like feelings about Meacham whatsoever. I didn't like her, I didn't hate her before, but today I noticed her, so that was pretty cool. And then but yeah, Rhea got beat up again. What else we got here? Then we did the Jelly Roll Kit stuff. Before that, we did have Miz say how he's really having bad weeks, stepped in some gum, all these things. And Kit Wilson's like, do you think it's the curse? I don't know why we're having the Miz just say he's been having a bad week. Why don't we show that he's having a bad week? We need to, I have a bug zapper in my house. that was a bug zap. I would cut that out. I would 100% cut that out. But, you guys could think I have fleas and stuff, and I do itch a lot. Maybe I do have fleas. I get so distracted. If I can just go without a distraction, then I can do a review. But once I'm distracted, it's like, how do I get back to that review? What was I talking about? Oh, The Miz. Like, we should be showing The Miz having these bad things happen to him. Not just, oh, my packages got sent to India. We need to see this stuff. Don't just tell us. Let us see it. But The Miz says to Kit, I'm going to stay here. And then Kit, with Danhausen, is like, how do I get in? How do I get to be his mentor or mentee? And that's when he got cursed. And we already talked about it. Think Kit should have been distracted. I don't, but yeah, it was whatever. Solo Sikoa, he apologized to Tama Tonga, and he was like, see, Roman wouldn't apologize, so I'm better than Roman. And then Carmelo says to Tama, you gonna step up? Tama leaves, and then suddenly there's Shinsuke, and Shinsuke says something, probably saying you're gonna step up, and then Tall Tonga's there. It's like, is this a story? Is this interesting to anybody? Because I'm just like, okay, just a bunch of like, guy A, guy B, take him away. This guy shows up, we just, okay, talk. Then we have, the Carmelo Hayes Sami Zayn match was good. And then we said Trick was already out there, cost of the match, and I don't like that Carmelo Hayes loss. I don't. Drew McIntyre, Jacob Fatu, they both, Jacob goes to the ring, Drew comes out, they're yelling at each other. You try to take food off my kid's plate. Drew says, I don't care about your kids. Jacob's about to come out, and then Nick Aldis comes out and says, before you guys fight, you guys can have a match at Mania, and it'll be unsanctioned. I mean, cool, I guess. I remember when it was like, you would have to have weeks of build-up for an unsanctioned match, right? But this was just one SmackDown where they fought each other constitutes for a unsanctioned match. Old man yelling at a cloud. I like stories that are actually stories, not just episodes. One episode happened and now we have like an unsanctioned match. Yeah, it'll be fine. Drew McIntyre, Jacob, they're great. They'll make it work. And Tiffany lost to Julia. That was really surprising. Now Chelsea Green is trying to get pal up with Tiffany. I kind of want to see that. I do kind of want to see that. But I don't know if we need more tag teams right now in the women's division. But Tiffany lost to Julia pretty much clean. There was a moment where Kiana James went on the steps and that distracted Tiffany for about a second and a half, and that second and a half allowed Julia to get her feet up when she did the prettiest moonsault ever, but Julia won. Honestly, that was a surprise. I mean, I would say that was like 99% a clean. And then Matt Cardona gets beat by Randy Orton. Nothing special here. He just pretty much gets beat. Then Cody Rhodes shows up, and I'm so sick of these pull-apart brawls where it's just 800 security guards. Just why did the security guard, there's even a hint of, these guys are going to go at it, the security just run out there, and the officials just run out there. I've seen Jason Jordan so many times this year. He's one of the backstage producers. It's like, just let him go. We don't have to do this every week. But it's a pull-apart brawl between Randy and Cody Rhodes. And eventually, the story here, they do this for about, I think it was 8 minutes, basically just beating up security guards and then fighting each other. And the story is eventually they get pushed to the corners, and then Jelly Roll comes out. What did I tell you? He's the thread throughout the night. Jelly Roll comes out, and he's like, "What are you doing, Randy? What are you doing, Randy? He's your friend." And then he goes to Cody. Randy Orton RKO's Jelly Roll. He runs out of the ring laughing, and that's the end with Cody looking over Jelly Roll. How many chops am I going to give it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll give it 6 chops. 6.5, maybe like a 6.5 chops. It was, I don't know. I don't really feel it was anything like must-see TV. If you have to go see some segments, I would definitely watch the Kit Wilson Jelly Roll stuff. That was entertaining. It really was. Kit Wilson just gets his character. And even the Sami Zayn stuff is fine. And Trick Williams, I forgot to say this. Trick is just, I love Trick. Early in the night, Trick was told that you're going to have a WrestleMania match. And Sammy, before he won the title, was like, what about me? And Sammy, and Trick said, or Nick Aldis said no. And then he's like, Trick made fun of him. And then when Sammy came back, Trick was like, catering's that way, Sammy. And then he punched him in the face. So Trick is just, anything Trick, watch it. And I guess anything Jelly Roll tonight, watch it. Trick and Jelly Roll, the All-Stars, and Kit Wilson, the All-Stars of SmackDown tonight. But yeah, a 6.5 on the chop-o meter. Boys, girls, let me know what your chops, how many chops you give it out of 10. See you, bye.